Cool.
Hey, I think we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Bat Balla. This is Shivam, and I have a very happy Sulesh alongside me. Uh, so it was RCB, Mumbai versus RCB, and RCB managed to defeat Mumbai at Wankhede after 10 long years. Let that sink in. Uh, I think there's something special about this RCB side, in this season, and this we have discussed before the start of the IPL as well. That the squad looks fairly balanced, especially the middle order and the lower middle order, and the bowling also with the likes of Bhuvi and Hazelwood there. Uh, and it is definitely showing up in the way they are, playing, especially with respect to their batting. It is not dependent on one or two guys. Everyone, of the top five or six, they are contributing in some way or the other. Uh, what are your initial thoughts on that, Suresh?
No, you're right. I mean, it is very nice to see, right? Because typically an RCB side would have watched this. Like once the batsmen start attacking you, and this very often happens in the Chinnaswamy, right? You get smashed for 20, 30 run, 20 runs once or twice consecutively, and then you go into a shell, and then like typically Kohli is the captain. Kohli starts looking clueless, and you don't know, he makes wrong bowling choices, and then the match is over because obviously towards the end, I think what 3 overs, 40 runs, 42 runs, I
Yeah.
think 14 runs in over. That's very easy. It's not a difficult thing, and it's usually botched by RCB. But yesterday it was so good to see, right? I mean, guys like okay, Hazelwood was taken down, but he came back with that superb over. And then obviously Krunal Pandya and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I mean, the three of them were so dot. The last 3 overs was so perfect. They're so good to see. I mean, I as an RCB fan, seeing all this is just unbelievable. Like I can't, I had to pinch myself to be really frank. That is this RCB? Because I think I was expecting okay, match is over. Like Hardik will take the match away. That's typically what happens for RCB. But it was so great to see yesterday. And like you said, right, even the batting. I read a stat somewhere that only 3 runs were scored by the overseas player yesterday, total entire. And RCB, earlier RCBs was so dependent on overseas player, right? ABD, Gale, Maxwell, Faf. And now you see a good Indian core coming through, right? And like you said, right?
Looks like there's something wrong at the Sulesh's end. Uh, yeah, so basically, what RCB has done in this season, which probably the others haven't, is the likes of CSK and everyone else have been struggling. Is basically the Indian core, right? So you watch the likes of Rajat Patidar, Jitesh Sharma in there. Even Devdutt Padikkal has come out well, So I think that is something which is working out really really well for them. And so, unlike a CSK, I being a CSK fan, uh, most of the time, what at least in this season, what is happening is that the CSK Indian core is not really performing for CSK, right? So that has been the problem over here. Let me just try and add him back.
sorry, some power glitch. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm just
Okay.
saying. I was just saying, so happy to see an RCB side that where the batting and the bowling is powering so well.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the captaincy of Rajat Patidar,
Yeah.
is something which is really working out well for if you are an RCB fan, right? Uh, we'll come to that, but let's start with the batting. RCB batting, typically Kohli and Phil Salt got out early, right? And then there was a partnership between Kohli and Padikkal. There was always that intent, because as we know,
Yeah.
Wankhede is a high-scoring ground, so the intent was always there for all the batters. With so when Padikkal got out, Patidar came in and some amazing shot making by Patidar in particular. And when Kohli got out, and I think the finishing move given by Jitesh Sharma, I think that was probably the difference between the two sides. Uh, and I think this is as a neutral guy as well, and as an RCB fan, Sulesh, I think this must be really really refreshing to see the core Indian and these guys, Patidar, Jitesh Sharma, Padikkal, these are like
Yeah.
future superstars for India, potential future superstars. So heartening to see that the Indian core finally is coming up, and they are not only dependent on Virat Kohli as their Indian leader from the
Yeah,
batting
you're
point of
right.
view.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the dependence of Virat Kohli has been there throughout the time he's been playing, right? And I think even Kohli feels good this time that you know what there are okay. Even if I and otherwise, what happens? Kohli has to go to the anchor role when wickets fall, and once Kohli goes to the anchor role, the strike rate falls. Here, because there is so much good intent from everyone around him, Kohli doesn't bother about the anchor role anymore. He's also going for the attacking shots, and that's so good to see, right? And we have to spend some time on Padikkal, right? Like I was amongst the few people who thought that, what, good RCB didn't retain Padikkal. Though he had a good season, you always felt that strike rate was a problem. And he was always a guy who would do a 130, a max 140 strike rate, not more than that. Very good technical player, very good pleasing on the eye. Didn't really perform well for LSG. I think he was okay for RR, but not really that great for LSG. And when they got him back in this auction, I was like, are you sure? Because, we have Padikkal, we have a very strong core, strong batting lineup that can come later. Do you want Padikkal to eat up the overs when you have Kohli as well? And what a transformation, right? Like from the first ball, the guy just looks to attack. And smart attacking. It's not like he's going after every ball. He waits for the right ball, and once he gets into a position for the right ball, it just connects. And clearly, he has worked on his big hitting, he's worked on his power hitting. And so good to see a very talented guy who has all the shots in the book, who can play the long overs in Test cricket, is now actually focusing on his power hitting. And such a young talent. I mean, he can go so much, right? Like you said, he can probably play for India in all three formats. The way he's playing like this, and happy to see Padikkal. And I think, like you said, a lot of this goes to the captaincy of Patidar, leading from the front. Somebody who can take down bowlers so easily. And once you see the captain with that intent, the others have no option but to follow.
That is so true. That is very well said. Let's talk about that Jitesh Sharma knock for a moment before we sort of
Yeah,
switch to Mumbai Indians bowling. I think
yeah,
the kind of shots he played, against Bumrah. I think he played that hit that ball over long on for six. I
yeah,
think that he's got all the shots in the book. He's got the right head on the shoulders as well, and I have personally rate say someone like a Jitesh Sharma or a Dhruv Jurel higher than Rishabh Pant at this point of time.
yeah.
Especially the T20 format, and I think Jitesh Sharma once again proved why RCB shelled out so much for him as a finisher, because DK used to play that role for RCB for the last few seasons, and it was kind of hit and miss, for with respect to him. But I think Jitesh
Yeah.
Sharma has been a brilliant player, at least so far in the first 3 or 4 games. For what we have seen, I think he's gonna go a long way.
No, I agree. And I mean, see, Jitesh has always been talented, right? I think DK has spent some time with Jitesh. You could see glimpses of DK in Jitesh, right? It's okay. One is that you have all the shots in the book. The other is how do you get that tempo up during the last few overs? And Jitesh never drops the tempo. Okay, a good ball comes, he tries whatever shots he can, but he ensures that he's always ready for that loose ball, and the loose ball will come. I mean, a bowler is also under pressure, right? And once the loose ball comes, it's a six. If Jitesh hits it, it's a six. You know it's a six. So I can see glimpses of DK, and I'm hoping DK spends some time with him as well as the rest of the order. So heartening to see DK. I mean Jitesh come like that and perform so well for RCB. Yeah, I think in that batting order, like you were discussing before, I think Livingston is the only weak link. And if he's not really bowling, then do we need to play Livingston is the question. And you have guys like Romario Shepherd also in that squad. But and like you also mentioned, Bethel. So maybe that's the only question mark. Otherwise, I don't see any question mark in this batting lineup. And even last time when they were 40 for 4, but again, Livingston scored a 50 last time. So yeah, maybe we're being too harsh on him also.
No, I think the combination is looking really good, and
Yeah.
on some day when probably you're playing on a tricky wicket, maybe I don't know, maybe somewhere in Chennai, which they have already done, or at Eden Gardens, probably which they again have done. So on those kind of wickets, Livingston's couple of overs might come in handy. So
Maybe.
let's spend some time on Mumbai bowling. Bolt was taken for cleaners last evening, right? And we saw the return of the great Jasprit Bumrah as well, which is so heartening to see. But again, obviously, he's playing after 3 or 4 months, and it's gonna take some time for him to sort of get into that zoom groove. But still, you can see that the fear which the batters have with respect to Bumrah, that Bumrah effect is always playing on the batter's mind. And again, I think it was a very decent effort from Bumrah, 4 overs, 25 or 28 odd runs, although he did not pick up any wicket, which is okay because the Bumrah is typically the batters tend to see him off rather than take him down.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it was a good comeback from Bumrah, but I think we're gonna see a lot more from Bumrah in the next few games from Mumbai.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that he's coming back from a break. I mean, it just looked like vintage Bumrah. Like he was charged up, and he was pumping the other bowlers as well. good to see. I mean, I was sad that he's doing this against RCB, but happy as an Indian fan that Bumrah is back in full form. And I mean, look, Mumbai needs him, man. I mean, they need Bumrah back. The way Chahar was taken down yesterday, the way Santner was taken down, and the way even bowled towards the later part of his innings, right? Okay, the Wankhede pitch is difficult, and once you come across good batsmen, you know it's leather chase. But having Bumrah there is sort of a fulcrum of what you call stability. You know that he's there. Even at least those 4 overs, at least whenever he bowls, you can ensure that the run rate will not go up, and you can stop the flow of runs. And that's what happened. Whenever Bumrah bowled, like Patidar and Jitesh were looking in so much form, they were just belting, and suddenly Bumrah over comes, and like a 7 or 8 in an over, and then the flow goes down again, and the next over also takes some time for the flow to come back. But yeah, I mean, not really great seeing the way Chahar was taken down yesterday. What are your thoughts? You think it is just an off day for him, or when the swing is not there, he's not really that good?
I think, I mean, if we typically compare Chahar and Sandeep Sharma with, say, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, but I think where Chahar is still sort of learning is if the ball is not doing too much, what
Yeah,
all things can you do as a bowler, right? We saw Bhuvaneshwar got hammered, in a couple of overs, right?
yeah,
But he came back really strongly, especially in that last over, the penultimate over which he bowled. I think that was brilliant, right?
yeah,
Uh, he found a way to sort of counter that kind of batting with, and the likes of Tilak and Pandey over there. It was not an
yeah.
easy task for any bowler. I think the change of pace, the knuckle balls. I think Chahar also sort of does that, but I think the effectiveness, or when and how to use that, is still not, say, as good as if you compare it with the likes of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. So I think this is where somewhere like a Chahar needs to sort of step up, because you won't get all those kind of situations, those kind of conditions everywhere, right? And
Yeah.
if you are playing for a top side like Mumbai Indians, they would expect you to sort of have a backup plan in case the ball is not moving around. And
Yeah.
that is probably where Chahar as a bowler is still lacking, even after all those years with CSK, with Dhoni, and even he's played a lot of games for India as well. But I think that is something which he has to learn, probably, if he wants to grow ahead. Especially in the T20 cricket.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah, I mean, I think he just kept bowling that slower bouncer. Other than that, I didn't see much variation from him. And Bhuvneshwar Kumar, the Yorkers, that's so
Yeah.
crucial, right? And Yorkers don't come just like that. That is practice. That is a lot of practice. And yeah, I think Chahar has to put those extra yards to find those variations for him. Yeah.
Actually, if you talk about Bhuvi, no, back in 2015-16, he was a new ball bowler. When he
Yeah.
burst into the scene in 2013-2012, he was purely was used as a new ball bowler. He used to bowl 10 overs on trot, in the
Yeah.
first 20, if you remember, with MS Dhoni
Yeah.
being the captain. But the way he has developed, groomed his death bowling, I think that is something which you have to give the credit to him, right? And he got the Yorkers. He can use the Yorkers. He can, sort of use that short ball as well.
Mm.
I think first of all you need to have those balls, those kind of deliveries in your army, and then when and how to use them is a skill, right? Which comes with practice, like you mentioned. So
Yeah.
this is where Bhuvi, I still believe, is probably one of the finest for India, and he's definitely an IPL legend. And someone like a Chahar needs to work on that part if he has to go sort of on that trajectory.
Yeah. Agree. I mean, I think RCB ended up putting up a good score. I mean, I think it was. I mean, even as an RCB fan, you were expecting around 200. I think a 220 was a good bonus. And once you set up that score, it's always difficult, right? And just like how Bolt got the early wicket, and here Yash Dayal got the early wicket of Rohit Sharma. I am not discussing Rohit Sharma anymore. It's just I don't know why he's there. It's just sad. But I think Sky was surprising. He never really got a hang of the wicket, or I don't know. Like the bowlers kept bowling. See, Wankhede has the thing, right, where one side is longer than the other side, and a lot of bowlers take advantage of that. Sky just didn't really get any of the bowlers. I mean, be it Yash Dayal, be it Bhuvi, be it Suyesh. Like it was a cat and mouse game, and Suyesh just kept on, like, somebody, it's just finally somebody catching the ball. I think it was dropped twice also. Very strange innings from Sky.
Yeah, actually, Sky is not looking at his, you know, at his very best. Typically you expect a 170, 180 strike rate is kind of normal for him.
Yeah.
And he does that from ball one. That's his
Mm.
ability.
Ah,
That's the way he plays. He's not someone who will take 7, 8, 10 balls to sort of
oh,
figure out the cricket and all those things. He'll go hard from the ball one. And that is why he's so dangerous. But I think in this inning, like you mentioned, there was no momentum. He was not able to get any momentum. He was struggling. especially against Suyesh. It was sort of a struggle for him. He was trying to sweep on, but I think Suyesh was really smart with his length, and he was trying to ball outside
With
of the
pace as well. Yeah,
pace was also varying, and it is not easy on Wankhede. Let's be honest about it. But the key and Rickelton was also looking good actually. Rickelton was looking good, but I think that ball from Hazelwood, it was originally given not out, and then it was a very very good DRS call by Jitesh Sharma.
yeah,
It was just on the edge, a centimeter here and there. It would have pitched outside the legs, right? So
yeah,
great call from the keeper with respect to DRS, and then I think the key for me was the partnership between Tilak and Hardik, which probably got them back into the game. And like you mentioned, if they would have been chasing like 200, 210, they would have killed the target for sure.
yeah,
And that's how Wankhede is. No target is safe there. But again, for a
yeah,
moment, we all thought that okay, 225 is also not safe.
yeah,
And probably I started thinking about Bumrah. Okay, Bumrah ne जो दो लास्ट के ओवर डाले थे probably that could be the difference, where he did not give too many runs,
yeah,
and or else, RCB would have gone closer to 240 or something, right? But again, that's the beauty of T20 game. The moment Tilak got out at a final 340 odd runs, you will back Mumbai to win this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
With the kind of batting they were, with Hardik Pandya and Tilak being in the middle. But I think I have to give the credit to Bhuvaneshwar. He got the better of Tilak, and then I think that final over from Pandya was something else. I think Pandya is bowling more bouncers than any of the seamers, right, in this IPL, right?
Yeah, true. I mean, see, dude, Hardik Pandya, man. I mean, the confidence he has in himself, right? It's crazy. And I think what the first 10 balls was he was striking at some 280, 300 strike rate. That was crazy. I think 14 ball, 42, 43, 40, 45 or something like that.
Yep.
Unbelievable strike rate. I mean, I think they were looking at a win percentage. At 12 overs, I think Mumbai were 94 or something, right? 2 or 3. And I think the win percentage was 2%, I think. That was Stars wins percentage.
Okay.
Obviously, I mean, the way the target was there is crazy, but the way this guy came, man, I mean, like a hurricane, typhoon, the typical cricket cliches we use, right? Came like a gale, whatever. They just like, suddenly all those bowlers were looking so good. Hazelwood got hit to the cleaners. Bhuvi got hit to the cleaners. Krunal, I mean, he hit his own brother for
Kunal
two
Pandya
sixes,
also.
right? It is crazy to watch. And like you said, if Tilak, if those wickets didn't fall in that over, I think that match is over. That is the only way to win for RCB was to get those early wickets. And I think Hazelwood got those wickets, if I'm not wrong. I think
Yeah.
Hazelwood got Tilak.
No, no. I think Bhuvaneshwar got Tilak.
Bhuvneshwar got
Uh,
Tilak. Yeah, right. Yeah,
I,
Bhuvneshwar got Tilak. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
And
Bhuvaneshwar got
once,
Tilak.
once,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then I
once,
think post that, that I think, and it was not only about the wicket. He bowled a good over there, right? So he
yeah,
did not give away too many runs. And the moment you know that you got 19 odd to defend in the final over,
yeah,
I mean, I know that Pandya was there, but probably that was always gonna be difficult.
yeah. And see, you typically and like we discussed this, right? Rajat Patidar's captaincy, a typical Kohli captaincy, what would happen? He would have given one over to a Livingston, one over to
Yeah,
somebody else. Here, 5 overs. All of you, look, you are the best bowlers we have. You have to do this job. If you can't do it, nobody else can do it. And
I
brilliant,
mean
right?
that
Yeah.
the best thing about the captaincy, especially in those final over, was that he did not expose Krunal Pandya in the 18th or
Ah,
19th over, right?
yeah. I think there's some glitch at Shivam's end. Yeah. No, I mean, I think, see, as an RCB fan, I'm very happy till Shivam comes back. I would like to say that, it is an overall clinical performance. And the best part is, there were times when the match is going away, and a typical RCB squad, when the matches go away like that, you would think it's over, right? But in this case, they actually came back. Even last time when we lost the match, 40 for 4, that partnership with Livingston and Jitesh, you ended up putting a good score. Here also, when the match was going away, you think that okay, they will come back. That's a sign of a champion squad, is what I felt. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Actually, funny thing happened. So my iPhone got heated up so badly that it stopped working,
Oh, okay.
which was weird because normally never happens. But I think we have anyway wrapped up the game. So
Yeah,
a great win for RCB, and really excited about their journey going ahead in the tournament. and especially the way Patidar is captaining is really heartening to see.
Yeah.
He came there with certain set of expectations because he got Madhya Pradesh in that final as well of the Vijay Hazare tournament, and a lot of question marks, eyebrows were also raised. Why Patidar? You know, when you have the likes of Kohli and all those guys, the experienced guys in the mix. But I think he's definitely he's justified his position as a captain, and the way he's leading from the front, I think is really heartening to see as a neutral cricket fan. I'm sure RCB fan as a RCB fan, we would be on cloud nine right now. Really excited
Yeah.
to see their journey going ahead in the tournament. Uh, so we've got a couple of games today. Your predictions, your thoughts on the same before we sort of wrap up this session.
No, I mean I'll discuss the first match. I think Kolkata LSG. It's a crucial situation for both of them, right? I think both of them have won 2 matches each, so I mean they'll want the momentum to go forward, and I think Kolkata is looking good. This the Rahane, the captain, is coming good slowly. LSG again, the captaincy is a problem, right? I think Pant has to perform from the front, and once you keep seeing a captain fail like that, it will impact you over a period of time. And when these crucial matches come in, it may start impacting even more. So I think I'm giving an upper hand to Kolkata right now just because of Rahane's form and how the Kolkata team is shaping up. But yeah, we have done that against LSG quite a few times this season, and they always come back hard. So you never know. I mean, I think it'll be a great match between those two.
Let's talk about the other one, the Punjab versus Chennai. I think, oh man, it's hate to say that, but I think are definitely the favorites over there. And we had some rumors with respect to the retirement of MS Dhoni, but that surely is not going to happen.
Doesn't look like
Uh,
it.
it looks unlikely now, because or else we would have got some news from the CSK camp, but we never know. Uh, Again, CSK has to fight. I'm saying fight and not saying win or something like that. They have to put up a fight. They need their openers to fire. As simple as that.
Yeah.
They need those runs from top of the order. They need a good power play, especially from the batting side. Or else I think that's again gonna be the same pattern which has been following for the last 3 or 4 games, and it's really disheartening to see as a CSK fan. But I think that's the way it is going for them right now.
Yeah, no, you're right. As a neutral fan, I want to see a CSK fight. I mean, that's not been there this season, and that's very unlike CSK. So I want to see that fight, and no better team against to fight against Punjab because who are on such a big high. But I've lost the last match, so if you want to do that, you should do that right now.
Yeah. So let's see what's there in the store.
Great. We'll be back
We'll connect
tomorrow.
tomorrow at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Keep watching. Please do follow us if you like our content. Please throw in your suggestions as well. We'll be happy to take them. Thank you so much. Bye.